Hello guys and gals and welcome to War Thunder with me, Screezilla. And I hope you're all well. Today we are in the consolidated PB4Y2 Privateer for the Free French Navy. Technically, well, the Naval Air Force. So, I finally unlocked this plane as I'm working my way up the French tech tree. Which has been an interesting experience, to say the least. I've got to admit, it's interesting in these games at the moment because, well, the Narvels are very, very common. Pretty much every game is about 50 Narvels on one team. Yeah, which is an interesting fact. But, oh, well, it's a new plane. New plane syndrome. So, the PB4Y2 Privateer. Sorry for the spacing there, I was forgetting what I was saying. Development of the B-24 Liberator, the consolidated B-24 Liberator. It was actually a naval variant for naval rescue operations and attacks. Quite a large fuel tank. It also had a single tail surface instead of the dual tail surfaces of the regular B-24 Liberators. This plane is a relatively good bomber. It doesn't have a great bomb load though. That's one of the biggest problems. In this game I only had the 1,000 pounders unlocked for the first setup, so I only had enough bombs for one lone base, unfortunately. But what this plane lacks in bombs, it makes up for in armament, like most American bombers. The American idea for a bomber is basically a gunship instead of a bomber, which most other nations use. Payload is replaced by ordnance. So with this plane you have many 50 cals. You've got the tail with twin 50 cals. You've got the waist gunner with 450 cals. You've got the two top gunners with 450 cals. And then you've got the nose gunner again with double 50 cals. So all in all, lots of 50 caliber machine guns on board. But you do lack any belly gunners with this plane, and that can be a little bit awkward. Now, the PB4Y2 is a bit of an odd looking plane because it has these bubble waist guns, similar to the PBY. And these were mainly for vision, to allow the gunners greater vision, so they could see more of their target. It also allowed the guns to come out a little bit further, so they had more of an arc of use. And the guns also could swivel a little bit, so they could go up and down a little bit, so they had a greater sort of area of attack, which was pretty cool. It did help as well in naval operations because the gunners could actually look down and see a little bit easier. You've also got the front section here for the bomber, who would also be watching out as well, looking for any lost crew, things like that. So it was a pretty good search and rescue plane, pretty good submarine hunter as well in that respect. So that's a little bit of a talk on the French tech tree. I've got to say I'm a little bit disappointed with the lack of French planes in there. You may have seen with my sort of speculation, there were a lot of planes I was excited about and we haven't yet received, which is a shame. It seems it's gone down the Free French Air Force instead of the Vichy French, which was the German sort of side of it. So that's kind of good because we get the Allied planes. But unfortunately, there are not too many French planes in the list. There are a lot of planes that are just a bit meh, in all honesty, and there's a lot of double ups of planes, a lot of multiple variants of the same planes. You may have recalled I was talking about the possibility of having the Koolhoven, the K-58, FK-58 as a plane for the French, and this was a very viable option, but we didn't see it, which was a real shame. Also, I'm trying to think of the plane's name now. Anyway, as I try and think of that, we will have lots of interceptors coming to me. And this is where those 50 cals really come into be handy. because you've got some good defensive guns with this plane, something many of the other bombers don't have. And as you see here, I'm fighting with a Dornier, and I'm using my AI gunners, switching between them. So a Dornier 335, sitting on my tail, getting my guns on target, trying to get those 50 cows, and boom, taking them out. Good job. And thank you for the aid there, friendly Spitfire. But now I have 3 BF-109s on me. All I want to do is get my bombs off on this base. And there's a C-205 coming in as well. Oh, good lord. This is actually pretty hilarious, because, in all honesty, if these idiots had spent more time focusing on fighters and not attacking me, they might have done actually well in this game. Something that you really do notice playing bombers is how the let's just switch to the free camera there just to watch the side gunners wobble around in there, which is always quite fun to watch with this. I think I've stopped now, drat. But I do love how the side guns work on this plane. Now we've got another BF-109 coming in, destroyed his oil system. The C-205 as well is down. He's pretty much out of the action. So far I've taken out 3 fighters. Really taken them out of the action. Instead of focusing on the enemy fighters, they were focused on me too much. And this is something that will lose a game. And it's what I actually wanted to talk about today. Bombers can be an easy target. They're one of those things you see, and it's a bit like the seagulls from Saving Nemo. Just everybody's just like, mine, 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 mine. You know, it's basically just trying your best to get them. So, another D335 there, and another critical bit of damage to it. And as you can see, I've cleared 4 enemy planes now. I've killed 1 and got an assist on 1. Serious damage on these planes. He's got an engine that's severely damaged. Now, I'm pretty much a flying zombie at this stage. There's not much left of my plane. But I've effectively taken out 4 enemy fighters. It's just mind-blowing as to the thought process of these guys. Because you've effectively lost the game by just trying to kill 1 bomber. As a fighter pilot, don't go for the easy bomber kills early game. Of course, if there's enough bombers to take out your airfield, you do need to intercept them. But when you see a big bomber that's got some heavy armament on it, don't simply go for the quick, easy kill, because you're going to get problems a lot of the time. And as you can see, a lot of these planes now have lost altitude and have a million friendly fighters on them. I think we've lost like 2 fighters. No, just the 1, sorry. We only lost 1 plane, and that was from him crashing it himself. While they've lost almost all of their team. And sure, they've got some hits on me, and caused some critical damage. But at what cost? It's the big thing you have to ask yourself. Instead of just going for a bomber and just being, oh, look, an easy kill, quick, get that bomber. Go for the fighters first. Don't just focus on the bombers, because you're going to get your ass handed to you a lot of the time, and it's going to cause a lot of damage, and you're going to have problems. Now, this Focke-Wulf, he's been sitting up very high, and there's a very injured screen now in this PB. And he's pretty much got an easy kill. But again, he's received damage. Not a lot of damage, but he's received some damage. And I think I damaged his cooling system. Again, it's just that thing of you're basically costing yourself the game. And he's down. He did manage to kill that Spitfire by just crashing into it. But let's see just on the stats here how many kills they got. So that guy got 2 kills that whole game. He is the only player on their team to get a kill. All because they were so focused on taking out the one PB4Y. It just, yeah. As I said, guys, focus on fighters first. Don't focus on bombers. Because if you focus on bombers, you're going to cost yourself the game. So all in all, 3 assists and 1 kill by me. Most of it was luck, I admit. But you can see, those 3 planes, they could have been used to fight other fighters. The Narvels are not great in turn fights, and a lot of them were just ground pounding, so easy targets. It just, yeah, it boggles the mind. As I said, strategically it makes no sense for them. It really does just cost you a game. So if you are flying up there and see a bomber and just think, oh, I'm going to go for that easy kill, maybe just wait a little bit. Go for the fighters first. Leave the bombers for, you know, the end of the game. Just clean them up afterwards. Because you're going to lose games with that. Well, with that, I'm going to call an end to this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you learned something as well. Don't mess with bombers. As I said, a lot of the time it's going to be an easy kill. But you are going to have times where you're just going to cost yourself a game by all focusing on one plane. Okay, until next time, this is Screezilla out. Have a lovely day, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.